Your phone buzzes with a match. You wait. Nothing happens next. You have 4 billion potential partners on this entire planet. And somehow, finding real love has never felt more difficult. Your ancestors had just 30 people in total, maximum. No dating apps at all. No profiles. No awkward first dates. For 300,000 years, there was no word for dating. Yet every single one of them successfully found a mate somehow. If one ancestor had failed, you would not exist. How did they manage without any dating technology? No swiping left or right. No pickup lines. No sneaky algorithms. No tech companies profiting from your loneliness. The answer is stranger than any love story you know. It all starts with a ritual you still perform every single day. You just forgot what it originally meant. Ancient humans never dated anyone. The concept never existed back then. Mating was a community project rather than a private personal choice. You did not marry just one person. You married their entire camp. Their mother, father, cousins, and aunts, everyone voted on you. Anthropologist Kim Hill studied 32 foraging societies. Both genders had genuine freedom in choosing their life partners. But families influenced decisions too. The group participated fully. If the camp actively disapproved, the relationship ended immediately. You could not just move away. You were effectively stuck for life. Imagine your family watching your very first romantic date, eating roots nearby, discussing your choices openly. That is what ancient human courtship actually looked like in practice. But here is a real question that almost nobody ever asks. How did they meet people outside their own band? In a group of 30, there are 0 strangers left to meet. You have known everyone since birth. Where does romance even come from? Hunter-gatherers did not live isolated from other humans. They traveled frequently between neighboring bands, visited relatives, traded goods. These visits followed a universal pattern that anthropologists named. Experts call it the visiting dance ceremony. When guests arrived, the welcoming host built a massive bonfire. They shared food, then danced for hours without resting. Not casual dancing at all. Full body, high-energy endurance competition. Men actively displayed stamina for the women watching them carefully. Women danced in ways clearly signaling health and fertility to all. Everyone watched with attention. Elders judged character and suitability quickly. Parents evaluated reputation carefully. Potential mates judged everything. A careful study of the Octa people found quite a surprise. Skilled and engaging storytellers were the most attractive partners. Funny and entertaining people had more surviving children than anyone else. Making other people laugh literally shaped human evolution itself. The original Tinder profile was a dance around a fire. Popular movies almost always get ancient mating completely wrong. We imagine cavemen dragging terrified women by their hair aggressively, but most hunter-gatherer societies actually gave women genuine choice. A Hadza hunter-gatherer study from 2015 found something remarkable. Women actively chose partners based on specific observed daily behaviors. They especially wanted hunting skill plus consistent generosity toward others. Selfish and greedy men often ended up completely without any partner at all. Men who reliably shared their meat attracted multiple partners quite easily. Generosity was visible to everyone in camp every day. Women today still rank kindness as the most important quality in a partner. That is not modern cultural conditioning. That is ancient instinct running deep. A 300,000-year-old preference still running inside your brain right this moment. Here is where the true story gets truly uncomfortable. We were taught that humans are naturally monogamous mating creatures. Lifelong exclusive pairs like faithful penguins. The evidence actually says otherwise. A 2010 DNA study across 90 distinct foraging populations found this. About 30% of children had a different biological father entirely. Not the mother's primary partner at all, someone else within the group entirely. This was not considered cheating by ancient standards. It was partible paternity. The widespread belief that a child has multiple biological, contributing fathers. The Ache people of Paraguay believed the fetus built up gradually over time. Material was contributed by every man who slept with the mother during pregnancy. Each became a secondary father who provided food and protection. One single child with multiple invested fathers. Everyone helped raise them together. Different rules, different understanding of family. Every child belonged to the whole community, not just parents. Child mortality research confirms this logic clearly. Children with multiple active father figures survived much more frequently. In a world where 40% died before reaching age 5, extra parents meant life instead of certain death. But long-term pair bonding was absolutely real and quite common too. Most hunter-gatherers formed stable and loving lifelong partnerships together. They stayed faithfully together for decades while raising families cooperatively. Exclusivity, though? That turned out to be quite flexible. The boundary between romantic partner and close friend was never rigid. Both things were true at the same time for them. Everyone had a role in raising the next generation. Human children need well over a decade to become fully independent adults. That is a truly massive investment, needing cooperation from absolutely everyone involved. Love specifically evolved to keep exhausted parents from abandoning each other permanently. Grandparents were absolutely essential to this entire survival strategy. Scientists call it the grandmother hypothesis. Grandmothers actively raise grandchildren, so the whole group survived better. Your own grandmother exists today because childcare was always a team project. Without grandmothers, our species would not have survived. Romance is biology wearing a clever emotional disguise. Now picture a prehistoric night around the campfire. No phones anywhere at all. No electricity, just warm flames and voices. This was the original human dating scene. Before the discovery of fire, darkness meant danger. Humans stayed silent in fear. But fire created safety and extra hours after dark. During those nightly hours, stories emerged. Music and jokes, too. Romance blossomed. The jealous feeling you experience today, it is largely cultural, actually. Not hardwired biology controlling your every single emotional reaction. A 2018 study compared jealousy across 11 different cultures. Where multiple partners were accepted, jealousy stayed low. Where exclusivity was enforced, jealousy ran extremely high. Its intensity depends heavily on your learned cultural beliefs and expectations. Culture shapes what your heart actually feels. Monogamy is a surprisingly recent invention historically. Did ancient humans fall in love the same as us? Helen Fisher mapped love chemistry inside the brain. 3 systems: lust, attraction, deep attachment. Ancient humans felt the same longing and heartbreak. The difference was not emotion. It was expectation. Today, love means exclusive lifelong marriage for many. For ancients, love coexisted with other close relationships. Neither threatened the other. Everyone raised children together. That definition of love would have puzzled our ancestors. Here is the most surprising finding of all. Ancient humans did not experience modern rejection at all. You express interest. Someone says no. Now what happens? In a group of 30, you cannot just block them forever. You sleep nearby every night. Eat together. See them daily. Rejection was not a simple swipe. It was group negotiation. Elders mediated awkwardness. Friends found you alternatives. You were never left to face painful rejection alone. That entire safety net is completely gone for us now. This is what we truly lost as a species. The village that knew you and helped you find connection. We traded the warm campfire for a glowing phone screen. You have billions of partners instantly available, and loneliness has never been higher in human history. 1 in 3 adults feels lonely every single week. Dating apps are at peak users and peak burnout. We have every tool available and keep failing anyway. The modern paradox: more options but far less connection. Your brain evolved for a tribe of 50 people. Not 50 million strangers you pass every single day. Designed for a world where your reputation mattered most. Where community helped you connect instead of profiting from you. This mismatch is the root of our loneliness epidemic. You are running ancient software on modern digital hardware. Same longing, same hope, same fear of rejection always. And the software cannot understand why you feel so alone. No wonder dating feels so broken to so many people. We traded the visiting dance for a profile picture online. We traded the campfire for an addictive glowing screen forever. We traded community for an app that keeps you single. We have choice paralysis instead of community wisdom guiding us. Most of us never even noticed it was gone at all. Your ancestors figured it out every single generation. They danced, shared food, told stories around the fire. With only 30 people, they made it work every time. The question is not whether you can find someone. Of course you can find someone. That is not the question. The question is what we traded without ever noticing, and whether we even remember what true connection felt like.